Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over some advanced tips involving shotgun aim. As I'm sure we're all well aware of at this point, shotguns are not very strong right now. Unless you have a purple or gold rarity pump/tac, it can be a struggle to outgun some of the super OP SMGs. So that means if your aim is off at all, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, and you're probably going to lose a lot of fights that you really shouldn't. Also, even though you can probably get away with just abusing SMGs and foregoing shotguns altogether right now, there's a decent chance once Chapter 2 Season 3 begins, that's no longer going to be the case. We've gone about 8 months straight with only the pump and the tac in the game, and recently everybody's been complaining about how weak they are. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they either get buffed or we get some kind of new shotgun at the beginning of Season 3. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first tip involves shooting your shotgun after editing, and a mistake that a lot of people make in that situation. So shooting an enemy with your shotgun after making a wall edit is easily one of the most important situations where you really need to hit your shot. But the problem is, hitting shots after editing is something that a lot of people struggle with. One reason why that's the case is because players make the mistake of looking at the act of making an edit and then shooting their shotgun as a two-step process. Now, that may sound a little confusing at first because technically it is a two-step process. You make the edit and then you shoot, but here's why you don't want to treat it like that. Let's say the enemy is behind a wall that you own, so your plan is to make the super simple bottom corner edit and then blast them with your pump. What most people will do here is at first only focus on completing the edit. They don't care what else happens as long as they select the 3 correct squares and hit confirm, they're happy. Then once they do that, now their mind immediately switches to, alright, I just did the edit, now I gotta hit my shot. Sounds fine on the surface, but here's the root of the problem. If I only care about completing the edit at first, I'm not really worrying about where my crosshair ends up. So in a lot of situations, people will do the bottom right corner edit like this, and now their crosshair is pointed directly at the ground. So when their mindset switches to shooting mode, they're gonna go for some crazy flick and probably miss. So what you want to do instead is look at the process of making an edit and then shooting your shotgun as a combined operation. As you're making the edit, you gotta make sure your crosshair doesn't go too crazy in any one direction, and then as soon as you hit confirm, you want to immediately start dragging your crosshair to where the enemy is. You need to eliminate that super common split-second pause that people have where they transition from editing mode to shooting mode. Let me show you a slow-mo example of this in action. The first clip is what you don't want to do. You'll see me confirm the edit in a bad position, try to flick my crosshair towards the enemy, but it goes bad, and then there's a very noticeable pause before I readjust and go for the shot. And because of that, I end up flicking towards the enemy too hard and end up missing. But in this clip, on the other hand, the transition from editing to shooting is much smoother. There's no super noticeable pause, no crazy flick, and it results in me hitting a super easy high damage shot. The next thing I want to talk about regarding shotgun aim is jumping. Jumping in shotgun fights can be a very valuable technique if done correctly, but if done incorrectly, it can really screw up your aim and make it super difficult to hit shots. And that's why I've said multiple times before that over-jumping in shotgun fights is one of the most common aim mistakes I see. So the first issue that a lot of people have with aiming while jumping is that they don't shoot at the apex of their jump. The physics of jumping in Fortnite work the same way as jumping in real life. You go up at a pretty fast speed at first, sort of pause for a split second at the top or apex of your jump, and then you go down at a pretty fast speed. So the problem is, if you try to shoot either on your way up or on your way down, it's going to be pretty hard to be accurate because your crosshair follows your character model, so it's going to be changing elevation pretty rapidly. But if you wait until you hit that top point of your jump, you can take advantage of that slight little pause, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to hit your shot. Here's another slow-mo example that showcases this. I'll admit I didn't time this one absolutely perfectly, but still I timed it well enough to where I was fairly close to the top of the jump. And because of that, it made it easy for me to line up and hit a pretty high damage shot, at least for using a white tac. So you don't want to rush it and shoot too early, which is a super common mistake. Be a little patient, wait to hit the top, and then shoot. Now on the flip side, let's quickly talk about how to counter players in shotgun fights that jump all over the place. Like I said, jumping can be a really powerful evasion tactic if used correctly, but a lot of people don't use it correctly, and you can take advantage of that. So the biggest negative of jumping in Fortnite is the fact that once you press jump, your movement path is incredibly predictable. It's not like some other games where you can double or triple jump. You're gonna go up, then go down, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to change that. Also, once you jump, with the way momentum works, your ability to move side to side in the air is severely limited. You could still do it a bit, but it's nothing compared to how much you can move side to side when you're still on the ground. So if you understand that, it's actually very easy to hit jumping players. You don't even really need to track them throughout the entirety of their jump. You just need to pick a spot that they're gonna hit at some point in their jump path, wait for them to get there, and then fire. It's totally different than when someone strafes, for example, because they could rapidly change direction at any moment, and because of that, you need to track them and also sort of predict them the entire time. With jumping though, they're going straight up, straight down, and barely moving left or right from the initial launch point. The next tip I want to give is the importance of being able to recognize situations where you need to hit what I like to call a desperation shot. Like I mentioned earlier, SMGs are ridiculously powerful right now, and if an enemy gets right into your body while spraying an SMG, you've got maybe a second to live unless the dude's aim is just terrible. That right there is a common example of a desperation situation. Your Fortnite life is flashing before your eyes, and if you don't eliminate the enemy on you in the next second or so, he's gonna eliminate you, no doubt about it. Now the important thing to realize here is that the maximum body shot damage of the shotguns we have is fairly underwhelming. The tac shotgun ranges from 71 to 87, and the pumps only range from 70 to 120. So unless you have a purple or gold pump, you won't be able to one-shot body shot an enemy who has anything over 90 health. So when you find yourself in this situation where you're just about to die, you can't think that you're gonna get anything more than one total shot. So unless you weaken the enemy yourself and you know for a fact that they're low health, you need to assume that a body shot is not gonna get it done and you're gonna need to get a headshot. Will this be the case in every situation? No, of course not. There'll be some times where you get lucky and the enemy misses shots, or maybe they start the fight with 75 health because they couldn't find a med kit or any shield. But the majority of the time, if you don't hit a headshot here, you're done. It's one of the hidden skills that makes pro players so dominant. When they're in a terrible situation, they know that they're gonna have to gamble their game on getting a 180 plus shotgun headshot. Will you be able to do it as consistently as pro players? Probably not, but even if you're just successful every once in a while, it's still gonna be better than always hitting a 90 body shot and then your enemy just finishes you off with ease and heals up. The final tip I want to give in this video is a great way to practice and improve your shotgun aim in creative mode. This is a map by Salaj that he calls the Shotgun Aim Training Facility, and it's a really great way to improve your aim. There are lots of different things to do on this map, but my favorite by far is the free build / edit area with zombies. In this section, you get put into an open room with unlimited mats and a gold pump, and there's zombies spawning all over the place trying to attack you the entire time. It's a great way to work on your shotgun aim after editing, which, as I mentioned earlier, is super important. Plus, it's not like those other maps where you edit and then shoot a target that's just standing totally still. These zombies are moving in pretty unpredictable ways the entire time like a real player, and they also even try to destroy the structures that you place. And as I always like to mention when talking about maps like this, since you're shooting at zombies, you're getting normal aim assist, so it's totally controller friendly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. I want you to rate your own personal shotgun aim as of right now on a scale of 0 to 10. I'd say me personally, I'm maybe an 8 or 8.5, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.